toys and collectibles. Retro. Right now, it's time for Bartertown.
We are live in Farpoint Studios. What do we call this dump?
Whoa.
The museum.
Back this truck up. This dump is called the Farpoint Museum.
We're live in the Farpoint Museum.
The Farpoint Dump.
AKA Dump.
The dump.
I call it the shanty because it's historically a fireplace shanty.
I guess it's the dump though. Like I kind of that's
To
actually
the dump,
name
to
of
the dump, to
something.
the dump.
Yeah, that's already the name of something.
It
We
is.
can't call it the
It
dump.
is. Hi guys.
Bill, you did not miss Thunderdome. Hi.
It's weird. Time is weird right now. I hate this clocks.
I hate everything.
This whole clocks thing. I don't want to
Hate
live by these
everything.
rules.
Except
I
the
would
time.
have went live an
Listen,
hour ago.
You said you hate time. I hate. Period. I don't want to live by these
Full
rules.
of hate.
I don't want to live. Period. Like, can we just like every time you say a sentence, can I just make
But
it
the
shorter?
teddygrams are nice.
Teddygrams are nice. I do have teddygrams.
Hi,
Hey.
I'm Justin.
I'm miserable.
It's my wife, Miserable. Her sister is behind the counter. Miserable sister is behind the counter.
I beg your pardon, I'm not
so-
miserable today.
I said Miserable's sister.
Oh, okay. I thought you said miserable sister.
Selena, she's running the
I
show.
apologize.
Tucker's back there. You saw him earlier. They're in the countdown. We are Farpoint Toys and Collectibles.
Was it the final countdown?
We are brick and mortar in Mays Landing, New Jersey, but we are bringing ourselves to you with some stuff that we want to sell because we need to pay bills. It's the slow time. It's the before Christmas time, but after summer. So buy some stuff from us, please. What else?
That sounds
Hi.
sad.
I want to welcome our VIPs. Right, like the glue that makes the pages stick together here. I don't know. I'm trying to reach for metaphors, and I'm not sure if that's right.
It's not.
The bond that sticks my fingers together, the gel that makes things slip and slide, the most important aspect of our
The little clip that keeps Tucker from going off the leash.
all that
That's
stuff.
an important
Our
little thing.
VIPs who've already claimed some of this stuff because they get to see it early. This is like the 4th or 5th time we've done Star Wars in like 4 or 5 weeks.
Well, there's a few reasons for that. The
Yeah.
first reason is that we keep buying Star Wars, so
That's
whatever we
because Star Wars is
buy,
amazing.
whatever we buy is what we end up selling to you here on Bartertown.
true.
Secondly, Star Wars. I don't know if you're aware of this. Star Wars is pretty popular. Pretty popular.
It is.
In general.
It's a pretty popular
It's a
thing.
pretty popular franchise.
I mean, I like it.
As far as toys go, in the hierarchy of the world of toys ever, in the history of ever, Star Wars has got to be at the top of the list, followed by everything else.
Speaking of which, I'm going to check the super secret VIP group to see if there have been any
It's
other.
not a secret. We want you to join. The link is right up there.
See if there's any other
Please
last
do
minute
so.
claims.
Bill, you did not miss Thunderdome. It is the 11th. We had to push it back 2 weeks as opposed to just 1 week because we've had a lot of things happening here. Here at Farpoint, the Farpoint Dump. What did you call it earlier?
I guess it's the Farpoint Dump now, I guess.
Here, the Farpoint Dump, there's been a lot going on. There's so many things going on. So this is, and thankfully we were reminded of this by Selena before we started today. Today is the first Bartertown of the month.
Yep.
Which
You know what that
means-
means? What's it mean?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Does anybody know what it means?
Come on, it's the first Bartertown of the month. What does it mean?
I knew
The
it. meant.
VIPs will know what it means.
Does anybody really know what it means?
Oh, there's a Cowboys-Eagles game right now, which is a huge rivalry
Yeah.
Between us and them, or between them and them?
between the Cowboys and the Eagles. Well, actually, everyone hates the Cowboys, so like they have a rivalry with every
I thought
team.
everybody hated the Eagles.
No,
Not
the
around here.
Eagles people hate themselves. But
Tara's
no.
got it.
Tucky Bucks. That's right. Today is Tucky Bucks.
Jack knows.
Everybody who's a VIP, who's VIP re-up for the month, their Patreon gets a shot for every $5 level you are in our VIPs. You get one shot at, what is it, 25 Tucky Bucks?
25 Tucky Bucks.
Tucky Bucks
Here,
are...
put those Tucky Bucks up on the screen.
One
Tucky Bucks are
Yeah.
$25 you can use in-store here at our brick and mortar in Mays Landing.
Yes, Tucky Bucks!
You can use it on our online store, shop, farpointtoys.com, or
Tucky
you can
Bucks
use
are
it
so
here
freaking
on
cool.
Bartertown.
You can.
And we do that first every month for our VIPs.
It's just another added bonus among
Correct.
all of the other things that we hope make the VIP experience worthwhile to
We want it to
all
be
of them.
so worthwhile because you are so worthwhile to us.
Yes.
So if you're a $5 Patreon, you get one chance. You'll have your name on the wheel once. If you're a high tier, like a $50 tier, you get 10 shots on there. So you're going to see people's names on there 10 times. They are the highfalutin VIPs. You know who you are.
Pinkies up. Those are the pinkies up
Yes,
VIPs.
they're the tea drinking. We go to their houses and make them dinner. We do all kinds of crazy stuff for them. Massages.
You're
we
making,
go for walks.
so you're making the people that don't get that treatment feel really bad. The problem is it's all of the upper VIPs because we don't do that for anyone. So you're making them all feel like there's one VIP that
We don't
gets
do that for each other.
No, there's a lot.
There's always
There's a
one
lot.
higher VIP tier, folks.
Yes, no. Oh man, I've got to upgrade. Bill, I'm also behind a little. We have had two weeks in a row. I'm not even remember when the last time we were here was. Did we go? Were we away and then we had a week and then we were away again and had a week?
I don't know.
I can't
Ask Chris
even
Wild.
remember.
He's been very upset because we haven't been live. So I think we had 2 weeks away.
Not in a row. I can't believe that.
37
I think
in a
we
row?
did it twice. This
It wasn't
month.
2 weeks in a row.
Bill, I agree with Bill. We should have $1,000 a month tier. I love that idea, and we should do it just in case Bill Gates is feeling like really.
There's a good chance we won't
I feel like
want
that's.
to massage the
isn't that-
person who gets
Isn't
that
that happening on
$1,000.
the? Isn't that one of the tiers on the OnlyFans
I
channel
said we
though?
were gone 2 weeks in a row. What
That
the
makes
heck
sense.
What are we doing?
So last week was
Highlander.
and then the week before that was a car thing maybe.
You want to cancel Bartertown for a car thing?
Oh,
He would have.
I'll tell you in a second.
Tara said it's been months since we last saw you live, or so it feels. I just don't remember.
Tell you what.
It's been so long, I don't remember what's even happening. So, well, as far as last week, my goldfish memory does remember last week. Jack said it was not 2 weeks in a row.
I didn't think so either, Jack.
I can't
Well,
believe I
last
would've
week was
made it.
was a sword experience. We were in Pittsburgh.
Last week was my sword experience with the Highlander.
I just had to give Tucky half a Teddy Graham because I can't find the dog treats.
Bernie wants to know, they're in the red tub, but they're kind of to the back. The
Oh,
red
okay.
milk crate. Bernie's curious, after the last live show 2 weeks ago, how many people went and listened to Puff the Magic Dragon after the show? I did.
Oh my God, bringing it back. You know what's funny? After Bartertown, my mind is like, I just
get
totally
wipes.
forget. So
yeah.
I totally forgot we were singing and talking about Puff the
You were
Magic
going to look
Dragon.
and see what we did 2 weeks ago.
It was staggered because
Yeah.
last week was Pittsburgh. Then
Yeah.
before that we had a Bartertown. Then before that we went to Virginia for a car thing. Uncle Win.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We went to surprise Uncle Wayne.
Yeah, because I'm in a car club and we do things for our members, which is really fun.
Yeah.
This is a claim sale. I promise there are going to be things to claim.
He's lying.
But let's get the Tucky Bucks out of the way. That way, a VIP can use them
Yeah.
to claim.
We had the cassettes 2 weeks ago, Jack. Thank you. I had every intention of being more prepared for today's stream, but as Sundays often do, it ran out of control today.
I actually
In the
love it.
best way possible.
Yeah, I love it because it makes me want to do a VIP only day.
We tried that. We were doing Thursdays, and no one ever showed up, but we still had to be here, so we ended up getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's during the weekday. That's hard because people work.
Sunday has turned into like VIP day. We should just call it that. Yeah, and we're still open. Regular people can come in.
Yeah.
But like we will hang back here with the VIPs pre-Bartertown. No offense to the other VIPs who are on the same tiers, but sometimes if you're a VIP and you get to come in here in person, they get to look at stuff. Like Kevin Neal got a couple things that
It's
you know.
natural because
no,
they're
listen,
here.
we love you out of town. We love California Vanderbecks. We love the Georgia Kimseys. You know what I mean? We love the Portneers. He's in Pennsylvania now, isn't he?
You're just calling everyone out. Like, do you want me to put their addresses on the screen?
No, I'm
Like-
trying to put Casper's in Ohio.
It's another O state.
Oregon.
There you go.
Oh, Billy's in like England.
Uh-huh.
So we got.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
listen,
start
you're not all
quizzing
here.
you. I'm gonna start quizzing you now. Where's Jose right now?
Jose's in Jersey again.
Okay.
He was in
Arizona.
Arizona, yeah. But Jose's in North Jersey though.
I'm trying. I don't feel like I was gonna be funny. I'm not going to be funny. So just go on with what you're saying.
Good job. So anyway, what else? That's it. Let's do some Tucky Bucks.
Yeah.
We'll get into some talking about the week.
Yeah.
Talking about Tucker. We earning degrees. You earning degrees.
Stop! I didn't earn a degree.
All
Okay.
right, so
Wow, that's
peek-
a lot of
Peek
VIPs.
around.
How far out do I have to go?
I don't know. I can't see.
I don't want to.
I'm going to shuffle it about 3,000
I
times.
don't know if I'm out. Am I
yeah.
out?
Well, I need to see myself. Am I out?
Oh my goodness, y'all are very picky.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
yes,
look, it's us.
yourselves.
I'm out. I'm out.
Go to spin the wheel. All right. Good luck to all of our VIPs.
So just to reiterate, in case we weren't clear enough, one of our lucky VIPs is right now, this moment, about to win 25 Tucky Bucks, which means they can use them on Bartertown, in our store here, or online.
Skillina's mixing up the names.
In our online store, farpointtoys.com. it's just one of the many things that we like to do for our VIPs to make them feel like they're really, they're not just throwing money down a mine shaft. They are part of something.
Well,
that
all those
gives
$5 there, make sure that our property tax is paid.
Can I
If
spin the
we're
wheel?
deadly honest, that's what that goes to. Or emergencies, which it's been going towards recently. We're a little behind on property taxes. So if there's a notice on the front of the building anytime soon,
Just ignore it.
just ignore
It's
it.
fine.
Don't bid on the
ignore it.
property. We'll get it paid.
Can I spin the wheel now?
You can spin the wheel now. Okay. Oh!
Tuck your bucks. Oh, yeah. Tuck your bucks.
We get to do this again next week. with
Tuck your bucks. I
Thunderdome.
love Thunderdome.
I can't even see the name. Amy.
Amy or Amy?
Amy.
Wait,
Amy.
did I do it
I'm gonna
right?
write that down.
Oh, well, you can't see my hand. Amy. Congratulations, Amy. Thank you, Amy Reyna,
$45 Tucky Bucks.
who helps run Hamilton Township Cares initiative, who all the toys that we are taking in for Christmas season that we are matching toy for toy go to Hamilton Cares Initiative.
We are just so ADD on today's stream, and I love
well,
it.
these things lead to things.
I identify with that on a visceral level, so I really love it.
So Amy got some ton
Yeah,
bucks.
so we haven't officially launched the toy drive. We should.
Well, Hal has been bringing in some 3 tubs of toys.
Between Hal and Rob,
Well, how does that on an ordinary Wednesday?
2 VIPs.
They are taking us to task.
Between Hal and Rob F, we have gotten the entire front of the warehouse is just donations, and listen, the kids are going to be very pleased.
So we don't do Toys for Tots because a lot of those leave the state. It's a great program or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's a great
but
program. We have a more localized program here.
yeah,
in
we
West
like
Landing
the
that
things we
like.
collect. Food. Anytime we do collect food or anytime we collect toys, we like it to stay local and help local families. And that's what the Hamilton Cares Initiative does. And they don't just do it at Christmas time; they do it all year. If there's like a fire, people lose their stuff.
Yeah, you don't really think about that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just about getting toys at Christmas time, which is important, but
Kids have birthdays. They have
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because
Listen,
days. They have
exactly.
little
Between
milestones.
birthdays, kids in foster care, entering foster care with nothing, house fires, things like that. We want to make sure that we have toys year round.
Yeah,
So
we want to make sure that the local kids get to have regular Christmases and regular birthdays and feel normal.
and that's what's great about Hamilton Township Cares. They don't like parade the kids. Not to saying the programs that do that are bad, but they don't like parade the kids in for their PR moment and say, "Hey kids, here's your toys from your Santa." It's none of that stuff. It's a real experience where the parents get to come.
Yeah,
and
the
shop
parents
for
come
kids.
and get the stuff, and then they're
And-
able to bring it home and wrap it and put it under the tree,
Yes,
which is a normal Christmas.
I think
which
it's really cool.
We did. So, what do you want to get to next?
I don't know. You want to sell a little thing?
Yeah, let's
here
show
and
how
there?
this works.
Give the folks who may be new. Is anybody new to this train wreck dump, as Justin called it earlier?
Can I get a camera
We need to
too
make
and
a
look at the
Bartertown
things?
commercial.
It's just gonna be us screaming at each other.
I mean,
That
it
works. These people have obviously stayed around for that.
Bernie is predicting a lot of snow this year.
Tucker, you don't need any more treats.
Listen, trying to predict the weather is like throwing bones on the ground. I don't believe in it.
You don't believe in weather itself?
No, I don't believe in predicting it.
What gets me is when people use the expression, we're going to have weather. Like, they'll go, oh, yep, there's going to be weather. You know what? Whether it's good or bad, I absolutely guarantee we are going to have some weather.
Weather occurs whether you want it
Yeah,
or not.
exactly. Oh, we're going to have weather. I think we will.
I think you put a price on this at least, right?
I did.
All right, so who,
Yeah, this is how this works. We are going to talk about an item. Believe it or not, between everything else, we are going to talk about products that you can purchase and pay our property taxes with. We're going to talk about an item. We're going to show it to you on one of our many cameras. Tucker, you're like yeeting upwards. We're going to talk to you about it, show it off on one of our many cameras, at which point we will then list the price. Once the price has been stated, the item is then open for claims. To claim an item, you would want to state the name of the item and then the word, claim, gimme, whatever. So in this case, claim Hoth set, claim Unleashed,
Yep.
anything along those lines.
as long as,
would
you
work.
can even say Hoth, as long as we know what you're talking about and we have, because you want to be able to type fast.
If you just type Hoth set, we'll be like, okay, maybe you're just really excited about it, or
Yeah, if you don't say the word claim in there, you got to put the word claim or gimme and the item. We want to know what you're talking about. We want to know you want it.
Yes.
But with that being said, you don't have to type out Star Wars Unleashed Hoth set because
that.
that takes a long time.
you do that, you're going to miss your claim.
All prices include free shipping in the United States if it's over $20. If it's an under $20 item, we're going to ask you to at least spend $20 so we can get you some free shipping. If you spend less than $20, we're going to charge you actual shipping for the item. Unless you're a VIP.
Yeah. Unless you're a USA VIP, I do have to
Yeah,
specify that.
unless you're a VIP with a USA address,
You're
then
gonna
you get free shipping no matter what.
You're gonna make Billy cry.
So your
with tea.
$5
And Johnny.
Patreon
Johnny, yeah.
pays for itself in shipping usually.
Wow, you know, I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, there's so many bonuses to the bottom tier. I mean, all the tiers, but
Yeah.
to that $5, it's nothing, and you get to see stuff early. Like it's.
For only the cost of a single cup of coffee, you too.
I was talking to somebody before, and they were like, "Man, you guys should be on QVC." Because the way we just sit and talk about things. So we were selling, when we were doing the cassette tape thing, what Rob Fain got that collection.
Well, I was doing that intentionally. Like,
Right, but
you could put, this could be full of spaghetti right now, and I could just talk about spaghetti.
well, I do love spaghetti. It's easy to sell things
Okay,
you love.
it could be crackers, it could be Teddy Grahams, it could be anything. And I feel like we're good enough at bullshitting between ourselves in this way, is what I'm trying to say. That I think we could make a conversation out of anything, really.
Let's try it.
We're about to.
Throw a let's. Is this whose line is it anyway? All right, give me a subject. Give me a subject. All right. Anyway, how much is this Unleashed? This Unleashed is a Star Wars miniature.
Yeah, they're minis. So
figures.
when did Unleashed go from regular big?
I can't tell you what year, but I was upset that they did it because I was collecting the big ones.
The Unleashed were cool. They were like legend scale, kind of, right? Maybe even a little bigger. Why are you
Yeah.
licking me? Why are you licking me?
He wants you to pet him.
You're
wants you to pet him.
getting on the floor. Sorry.
How much is this Unleashed set? Hi, Alicia. We missed you at the store. We were
We did.
away. Were we at the
Was that
Pumpkin
yesterday?
Run?
I think that was yesterday. Unleashed Hoth 4-pack, $20.
Shipped. Well, that's free shipping no matter what because it's $20. So you get 4 Hoth troopers in there. It's a very cool Star Wars set. You can put them on top of a birthday cake. You can play with them in the snow.
I keep looking at the wrong camera.
You can make a diorama.
You could just eat them.
No,
I guess.
no.
There's a name
We
for
do
that.
not promote
What are
that.
they? Pica?
Choking to
Pica?
death.
Pica.
Choking to death.
Pica is
Can
when you
you-
eat things.
Can you pick up Tucky and show how his cool
I
outfit?
just did. He was in my lap and he left.
We'll get back to Tucky.
We'll
This is
come
not the
back
Tucky
around.
show.
I
This is
forgot
Farpoint
that it's
Bartertown.
not the Tucky show.
We'll come back around to Tucker.
This is a very interesting. So,
Ooh, I like that.
so George Lucas put all his kids in the prequels.
And himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he put himself in them.
Yeah, he's Papa
Papua New Guinea.
Baron Papa Noida. Because
Cool.
he's Papa of
Gotcha.
the family.
Yeah.
And he annoys.
You're just like Papa. So this is a sealed set. It's an interesting. I don't know if it's an exclusive. It's just the Star Wars. It's the Lucas family.
It's cool.
It's George, his son Bartholomew, his daughter Giza.
You're all messed up. It's George,
Yeah.
daughter Judy, Jane, his wife, and his
boy
Elroy.
Yeah.
Did you not know that?
Sealed.
How could you not
Set.
know that?
A must-have for all Star
I
Wars.
even made myself
Actually,
laugh
this is
with that
probably the only versions of these characters. 'Cause believe me, they were in the movies. This is probably the only way to get these versions of these characters. His son was definitely one of the Jedi's that got killed during.
I think he was
Attack
one
of
of
the
the.
Clones.
Yeah, I think he was one of the Padawan kids. Or
Yeah.
was he?
I think he ran out onto the deck as Bail Organa was leaving,
Can you
and he got
imagine?
shot in front of Bail Organa. How
Can
much
you
is this? We'll
imagine-
talk about it.
That the Loose Collector set is $30.
$30. $30 for 4 figures sealed.
$30. So obviously C-3PO is Rosie, and R2-D2 is Astro, right? That goes without saying.
Chewbacca is Astro.
Okay, I think okay.
Yeah. You got anything else to be exciting?
What?
I don't know.
What? Why are you calling me out like this? $30 on the Lucas Collector set. Alicia, I wish we had twins eating spaghetti on our stream as well. Unfortunately, it's just two old
Yeah,
people.
we're not cute little twins.
No.
We're the exact opposite.
I mean, I don't know if I'm the exact opposite of an adorable baby.
Well, we are certainly not twins.
No. There's a joke there somewhere. I don't know where. All right, this is a cool set. This is Saga, technically, right?
Clone Wars.
It's the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars toy line isn't Saga. It's its own line.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. This is a Turbo Tank Squadron. What is it called?
Turbo Tank, that's all I can see.
Turbo Tank Support Squad.
Yeah.
Listen, go find one of these for less than $120. I'll wait.
Wow.
Go look.
Yeah. Go look.
I've got $100 on it. Is that good?
I think 100's right.
I think 100 is
I
right.
think we put up on eBay. It's 120 all day. I think
is.
I think it's a decent deal. Sealed box set. It's the only way to get these clone troopers. It's, if you have a turbo tank. Clone Wars stuff is sought after because Clone Wars is so popular. And people love the army build. This is just a very tough set.
We got some carded figures. I should probably get some easels for those, right?
Yeah, speaking of George Lucas.
Do we want to take a pause between genres?
I'm going to go right to George Lucas and I won't take a pause.
Oh, this is good.
Another George Lucas in universe middle card. This is Saga Collection. George Lucas as a stormtrooper. I don't know if he actually did that to himself.
I don't think he did. I think that it's just like a little fun thing that they did.
I have a price for that somewhere here.
Oh no, is this one of those things?
It's right here.
Keith, that's a great point.
$30, George Lucas.
Pat and Keith both had a really good point at the same time. Arnold and Danny were twins, so why couldn't we be twins?
Okay, we are not identical twins. It'd be weird if we're twins anyway because we have sex.
Why did you say it out loud like that?
Wrong stream. Wrong channel, man. I'm not on that. I don't produce that channel.
George Lucas. George Lucas. And what is that? Is that a saga? It's a saga. All right, George Saga Lucas. $30 on George.
Just kidding, guys. We actually don't have sex.
I don't know what's more upsetting. Which one of these jokes is worse? They're just both so bad. What else we got going on here? So should we stop now and talk a little bit about why we've been away from the cameras and lights?
No! I want to sell some
What
stuff.
are we talking about, says Bernie. I obviously don't have any idea. So we want to sell stuff or we want to talk?
I'd like to make some money.
I'd love to make some money, but
We'll
there's only 7 things up here.
We'll entertain these people later on.
All right.
We'll talk about stuff as I'm pricing the ships.
We'll talk about making money.
Okay, I didn't realize we were doing
Since we
ships.
can't actually do it, we'll just talk about it.
Alright, here, I've got these things out. I've got these little easels so they can all stand up on their own. I'm giving you easels. Use them.
I don't need easels for these guys.
You do. They're going to fall over.
No, they're not.
Hal has the sound turned off because we found out that... So Hal has like a brown note for his migraines. And when you sing, you set it off. So he has to mute it when you sing.
That's amazing. I've never been so complimented in my life.
Wow.
We found this out earlier today.
All right, go to camera 3. These are 30th anniversary. They come with the coins. This is an Ewok set. It's Ramba and...
Oh, I love
I
them!
don't know who... Crack? I don't know the other Ewok's name.
Ramba and Crake?
Yeah, Crake.
Are we talking about Crake?
$30. That's 2 figures. Ramba and Crack.
Ramba. You said Ramba, but in my mind I heard Roomba.
Who's this?
Yeah.
Dark Trooper? Star Trooper? Star
Trooper.
Trooper?
Dark Trooper.
Dark Trooper's $14. I have to shut up when the Ewok.
You're supposed to, yes.
You have to shut up when Alicia claims an Ewok.
Alicia, you can have the Ewok. You have to talk about it on your 790-person live stream. All right. Thank you for the claim. Alicia is a VIP. Dark Trooper.
Yeah. You said Dark Trooper, $14.
$14.
Now, why is he called a Dark Trooper? Is he black in color?
He's actually... I think those are the troopers that...
Seems to be a little gray.
This came out before that, but I believe those are troopers that Moff Gideon was building to fight. Remember those like super duper troopers?
I thought these were the Utapau guys. But
No, this is a Utapau like shadow trooper. He's super cool.
Oh, that's why I got them confused.
He's also
yeah.
$14.
1996 novel and game. Thank you, Bernie. How much is the Utapau?
14.
Utapau Shadow. I like him.
Now these are vintage collection figures. They need to be put into. I would put them into
Star cards.
Star cards to straighten them out a little bit. There's no bad issues or anything. They just have they were stored badly, so they have a little bit of bend to the cards.
So the cards are have a little bend.
Yeah, but these vintage collection figures are the best of the modern figures because they have the vintage style card.
The sculpts are really good. The cards are really nice.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I like them best of the modern run too.
All right, is this the AT-AT?
AT-AT Commander.
AT-AT Commander, $60, vintage collection.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some of these are banging, man. Some
Wow.
of them are very tough.
I was not expecting that. All right. Ooh, that's like a nasty looking Anakin.
This is,
It is.
You're about to say bang it again. $100, Anakin.
Hello.
That's a deal.
Now, what makes him cool?
Scarcity.
Well, I mean, the fact that we all said, we're all toy collectors, and we've all seen a shit ton of Star Wars stuff, and that figure came around, and we all went, woo!
This is a PG-13 stream where we curse and have sexual references.
Apparently.
Just so you know.
Sorry, fail.
Listen, I used to say PG-13 at the beginning of
Your
the thing.
fail was bigger.
We should put a PG-13 little square down in the bottom.
That's
here.
true. That's a really
I
good
tried
idea.
to put a parental thing in the corner at one point, but it's covered by the live thing, so it didn't work out. Anakin's twin brother. Is it?
I don't know about that.
Oh, you didn't ship Billy sauce yet?
No, we haven't shipped Billy sauce yet.
Who is this over here?
Zam Wiesel.
Zam Wiesel, who
No,
is
she's a bounty hunter, right?
Yeah,
I won't
she
chew
was
on her
an
ankle
attacker
until
son.
she ships your sauce.
$30. Zam Wiesel.
$30. I was kind of hoping I would have more stuff to ship, so it wasn't just $45 by itself to ship barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce. That was the hope, yeah. What else we got here?
We have a Endor Rebel Commando, which is actually great. He goes with G.I. Joes really well. He's like a military guy. I'm going to sing about it, so Hal has to turn his
Hal, go ahead and mute.
This is the Rebel Commando. Hal can't listen anymore. All right.
That's just rude.
Don't mess with Hal. He got Tucky a cool harness.
I'm not messing with Hal. Rebel Commando's $30. Next is I have 2 Dengars. I gotta have that looked at.
Are they twins? Are they identical twins?
They
Do they
are-
have snacks?
They are $60 each. I have 2 of them.
I'm sorry, say that again. Dengar is how much?
60. Yeah, man. I don't know.
And you have 2 of those?
Yeah. And then who's this, Selena?
R2D2.
That looks like R2D2.
$30 on R2.
He has something special. Does he have like
He has 2 Dengars. He is the one
He's-
that rides
he's
on
serving,
the
right?
yeah, he's the slave girl R2.
Oh, he's got the tray, like?
Yeah, he's got the
He's got
Java
the serving
tray.
tray.
Now that's it. I'm not moving any of these till I sell.
Uh-oh.
This Anakin is awesome.
Yeah.
He has
is
soft
wicked cool.
goods. He has like an angry face.
He is wicked cool.
He has the yellow eyes. It's from that scene where he's just
So he's
becoming
Darth
Darth
Vader.
Vader. Yeah.
It might actually say Darth Vader on it.
It doesn't. It says Anakin Skywalker. But he has like the yellow.
Yeah. It's probably the only way you can get that version of that figure.
That's really cool. The sculpt is really nice too.
Yeah.
Still has the blue lightsaber though.
These are just going to go up on eBay or on our online store.
Okay. Or both. Or neither. We'll put them here in the store.
I have a lot of money invested in all this stuff.
I know you do.
So, before we get to the rest of it, you want to talk about anything?
I guess. Like, isn't that... Well, you've got more stuff here. Some more card stuff. Didn't you say you were going to do all the stuff and then do the ships when I was ready
Alright,
to
I'll
talk?
finish the card ones.
Yeah. Any of the big boys go in VIP.
What's the big boys?
I'm not sure what that means. All the card figures were VIP, I believe.
Yeah, they're always a VIP.
Dengar in every novel is Han Solo's brother. That can't be real. Is that real?
Bit weird.
Bernie, are you messing with me right now? Is that for real? No way.
It might be the Expanded Universe novels. I
No,
don't know.
non-canon, right? Legends or whatever?
Well, they used to be canon.
No way. No way. Really? I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Like, I
Canon,
guess it's feasible.
lately, canon has become less
Way.
important to me because all someone has to do is wave their hand and they
Yeah.
redo it completely. So it's like whatever.
It's like comic books. Like, if you think about it, there's been so many different stories of Captain America. Yes, Keith, I am a Highlander. There can be only one of us, though. So next week I have to go sword fight again because people are trying to fight me.
All right, we got the Cloud Car Pilot from the Vintage Collection. Cloud Car Pilot's $25.
Did that poor man have a name, or was he just Cloud Car Pilot forever?
Well, there's multiples of them. American Army Builder. Clone Trooper.
I'm so glad you have these prices written down.
You say that and I forget what our price is at. $25, I think. And Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith. $75. Ain't no joke.
Does he go along with the Anakin?
He does.
Kind of.
Yeah, I
So
believe
for
it's the
100,
fight.
are we gonna do a package deal on both?
No.
Oh no, he has a helmet or something. What is this weird helmet?
He uses that when he flies his ship.
Oh, it's like his Britney Spears microphone.
Yeah, it's his Britney Spears microphone. It's
Of
exactly
course.
what
Me,
it is.
baby, one more time.
I guess it's Britney Spears. Why is that
When
Britney Spears?
I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Cause she has the microphone on her show.
I don't know. She also see her dancing with knives.
She's kind of my hero. What is this thing?
This is a Dewback, Power of the Force. The box is a little munched, but it's still complete and good in there.
Oh, it's got a sand trooper with it.
It does have a
Yeah.
sand trooper with it.
That's
And he has
awesome.
like the sand
I also
color.
didn't price it. It's $25.
I never had a sand trooper figure.
Dewback. Well, they never made one.
Yeah,
They
there
didn't,
was
yeah, they didn't make
There
one in
wasn't a
our
vintage one,
classic
right?
line.
No, do we still have our custom figure somewhere?
somewhere, yeah,
Because there's a custom sand trooper. They took a stormtrooper and put a sand trooper pauldron on it.
which is really cool.
I would love that.
Yeah.
What else we got? Is there no one else?
We got all the ships back here, but we'll get to that.
All right, so I guess it's time for me to stall and talk about my experience last weekend. You were the chosen one. Yes. Anakin, you were the chosen one. So
You're breaking my heart.
there's so many conversations we could have right now. Ewan McGregor was absolutely phenomenal as Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was like a shining beacon in like the crap movies that he ended up having to be in as that character. Where did we just hear? We were just having a discussion about this. Or we watched something.
I just watched the first two movies again because Skylar and I are watching them in chronological order.
I am not. I'm playing Baldur's Gate. And sword fighting on weekends, apparently.
As one does.
So, alright. While Justin's pricing these chips, I'm going to talk to you about being a Highlander, because that's my new thing now. Let me finish chewing my Teddy Grahams first. So, I've been a fan of the Highlander since the movie. Way back. You know, I'm a little kid watching Highlander on TV. I probably shouldn't have been. Then they made a TV show, which wasn't quite as cool as the movie, but it was still pretty cool. Mom, correct me if I'm wrong, Mom loved Highlander.
She did.
She thought Adrian Paul was just the bee's knees.
She did.
So, a friend of mine, wow, are you going to use Google Lens to do that?
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool. The future is now. If you're not using Google Lens to identify toys, you are...
Yeah, there's so many different versions of these. I need to know whose it is.
You are sadly mistaken. So, a friend of mine has been doing what are called sword experiences with Adrian Paul. Now, Adrian Paul went on after Highlander. He continued acting. He does like fight choreography for movies and things like that. He started out as like a model and a dancer. One of the first things he ever did on TV was actually as a ballet dancer in an episode of Murder, She Wrote. So he was a dancer and a choreographer before he was ever an actor. So he's gone back to his roots a little bit, and he now does these really cool things called the Sword Experience, which is basically like a crash course in sword fighting that you can like take with him. It's not a one-on-one thing. It's like a giant class. There were about 20 people in the class with us last weekend. Oh, cool. Ewan McGregor and Mark Hamill are going to be in San Francisco Thanksgiving weekend. Wow, is that it? That's on SDCC. That's in June, I think. That's really
No, I
cool.
think it's like a Wizard World type thing.
Wow, Jack, you should definitely go. That's awesome.
Yeah, those are two, man.
Yeah, don't miss that chance.
That's really cool. Yeah, so a friend of mine has done this experience a few times with Adrian Paul, and she's really enjoyed it. It's really inspired her to work on her own health, because he's also like a motivational speaker kind of too, and that's kind of part of it. So the whole package deal basically, and he does this in all over the world. He'll travel all over the country, bringing the tour to different areas. And there's different types. Like he's done retreats where it's like a 3-day in the mountains, like hiking thing, and all kinds of stuff. This was more of like a simplified version called an elite experience. Basically started at 7 a.m., ran until 3.
Ugh.
We learned some sword stuff in the morning, and then we broke for lunch. And then in the afternoon, we practiced a little bit. And then he personally, Adrian Paul, the Highlander, personally filmed all of us doing our stuff. And he is personally going to edit it into like a cinematic video.
7 a.m. I'm not
7
past
a.m.
that.
So my friend is very invested in these events, so she wanted to get there early. We left the hotel at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Ugh.
I was up at 5:30 getting ready.
Why? Like, it's not like it's time sensitive.
Being up early is normal people it has like a connotation of like.
Yeah, she has a real job. She gets up early every day. She's used to it.
Yeah, normal people do that.
Oh.
Normal people get up ungodly hours to do things.
Not like us, Lena, who gets to get up whenever the hell we feel like it.
So listen, okay, and I'm gonna cut both of you
Hey,
off
I have
right
to
now.
be in work by 10:30.
I'm gonna cut you guys off right now. There are scientific studies proven that there are 2 different kinds of people in the world.
Us and them?
Yes, us and them. And that's because back in olden times, people had to be on like lookout. So half of the tribe would be sleeping while the other half was holding like watch, and then they would switch, right?
Okay, yeah.
So like I'm the night crew. That's when I'm most.
Preach.
And this is a circadian rhythm thing. This is a proven fact. There are night people and day people. I am not a day person.
I discovered
am
that when
night
I was in
man.
high school.
Enemy of day man. I am night man.
I can be dragging all day, and as soon as like 8, 9 o'clock hits, I'm
Yeah.
perked right up.
Exactly. So anyway, little to preface the whole thing a little bit. Again, I'm a big Highlander fan, and he does these events all over the country. This one was in Pittsburgh, so I shanghaied my husband. To spend the weekend in Pittsburgh with me. We had an absolutely wonderful drive out and a great drive back. It was absolutely beautiful. Yes, Blade is a day walker. That's totally different. Absolutely. And he's like sworn enemy. Like I can't handle that. Being awake during the day is just the worst. Pittsburgh, going out to Pittsburgh, driving through, like Lancaster, Amish country. Everything's beautiful because it's fall. The foliage was beautiful. Everything was great. We saw a couple bridges. I stopped at a bookstore. It was really great. Getting to Pittsburgh was cool. Our little hotel was really nice. The event itself, I'm gonna break it down hour by hour for you. So we get there. We get there at 7 a.m, and it's just me and my friend and like 2 other people, just sort of milling around this gym. We're in this like basically like a YMCA kind of gym, and like all of a sudden the Highlander just walks in the room, and it was so normal. It was weird to me. Like, famous people are just people, and I get that. But like for a guy that has never existed in human form to me, just walks in a room with me in it at 7 o'clock in the morning, which is like already a mythical time of day for me.
At 7 o'clock in the morning, I would feel like anything was surreal.
Yeah, it was a little bit surreal, just like to live my life, and then there's the Highlander right there.
Getting a biscuit is surreal at 7 o'clock in the morning.
The one thing I really appreciated, I think, the most about the entire experience is that he wasn't. Now listen, I do not mean this with any disrespect at all. He's not George Clooney.
I wonder if everybody's just watching me drop things.
He was never
things.
George Clooney, like levels of fame. So like, take that with a grain of salt. What about say with a grain of salt? But like, he's just a real dude, being a real dude. He's not like, there's no entourage. There's no like pomp and circumstance. He just walked in and like realized he forgot a box at the hotel. Didn't go and send some lackey to go get it. Didn't find some person to go get it. He said, oh shit, ran back out to his car, jumped in, and sped off back to the hotel. I appreciated that. Are you just like clicking clicks? What are you doing?
Just making sure it works, yeah.
The level of normalcy.
These things are, I want to collect every single one of these. I love that there's multiple colors. They're super cool.
The fact that I was only at this event because I wanted to sword fight a television guy was juxtaposed against the fact that he was just a normal dude being a dude. Like, he forgot a box. He's not above it. He's just a guy. And he went and got it himself.
He's just a man with a man's courage.
And I thought that was cool. And it really set the tone for the rest of the day. Because every time he yelled at me, I felt like it was just a normal guy yelling at me and not a celebrity.
Were you the bum
like
in
me.
class that like derped off in the wrong direction and stuff?
Okay, I'm going to explain how this went, and then I'm going to explain to you why I failed at it, okay? So the first thing we did is we would learn a move, right? And all the moves, all right, let me.
First of all, you were supposed to practice before you went.
Stop, okay, so let me
So
back
the
up.
night we're about to go to bed to wake up early, she's like, Justin, I think I was supposed to practice. They sent me a video that I didn't even look at. I think I was supposed to practice these things.
That's not exactly what happened. That's close.
Oh dear.
All right, so that's 90% of it.
Well, that's why there can be only one.
Okay, so you got an email. Like, you sign up, you get an email. Hey, thanks for signing up. Okay, great. Like, here's your ticket. All right, great. Like, 2 weeks before the event, I got an email, and I figured, like, they're probably just trying to sell me something. So I, like, glanced at it and then, like, was like, all right, like, what to expect? Here's your itinerary. Okay, no problem. Well, I didn't read all the way to the bottom.
Yep.
All the way at the bottom, it said, you should check out these 2 videos just so you get a feel for what's going to happen. Well, I didn't notice that until the night before the event.
So you did not, in fact, get a feel for what was going to happen.
So, well, no. I clicked on
No
the first...
feels were had.
Stop. There were lots of feels. I believe me, I had many feels. I clicked on the first video, and it was only 2 minutes long. But it was video 8. It didn't tell me how many videos there were in total, but that led me to believe that there were at least 7 prior. So anyway, had I watched those videos, as I maybe should have done... Now, my friend who's done this many times was like, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. Now, I don't think she realized that I have a goldfish brain on a good day. So yeah,
When the narrator goes, spoiler alert, she was not fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. You don't have to watch the videos, you're totally fine. And I still watched the one video, but it really was like, didn't make a lot of sense because it was out of context. It was video 8 of however many videos this was. Why they sent me video 8 and not like video 1? I can't really say, but I did watch video 8. It didn't really give me very much insight into what was actually going to be
There
happening.
were no links to video 1?
So they were hosted on a Vimeo account, but when I clicked on like the username, it didn't let me see any of their other videos. I needed the link. It was like a link thing. Anyway, so the whole idea is that this is based on some sort of martial art. I don't know which one. I didn't ask. They didn't proffer that information.
Swordplay is usually like kendo, I think, or that's the sticks at least.
I'm not sure. But all of the moves that we were going to do, and there were dozens more that we didn't learn that day, they all had a number. So you have like defense number 3, defense number 7, defense number 10. You have all these different defense moves, and then like attack number 3, attack number 8. We dealt with
Mace Windu's droid is even purple.
Which, I mean, good for him. Kendo matches begin and end with a single stroke. So we were taught a few moves, and then we were practicing the moves, and then we would be taught like a complementary move. So like you're going from move 2 to move 3. So like here's move 2, here's move 3. Now put them together. Okay, that I got. I got the moves, like, mostly, like, I wasn't maybe perfect with exactly every position, but, like, I got the general spirit. And this is just a one-day thing, so they don't expect you to, like, to walk out of there as, like, a sword master with everything perfect. It's just like a crash course kind of thing. And the end result is that, in our case, we were doing, all of us in class were doing a single, what's called a kata, which is a bunch of moves together in, like, a motion. And he was going to film this and, like, put it to music or whatever. Sometimes they reenact a famous fight from one of the episodes of the show.
That's cool.
Sometimes they'll reenact, like, or they'll just make up, like, a whole other thing. Like, one, my friend Jen did, she was a zombie, and, like, other people were, like, defending against her and stuff like that. So there's, like, themes and stuff. This theme we did was a veterans theme, honoring veterans. I don't feel, and I apologize, I don't feel like any of the bad moves I ended up doing were honoring anybody. I always feel like I was dishonoring my ancestors. Not honoring anyone. But the first half of the day we spent learning these moves, and again, I retained most of that. But the second half of the day was putting those moves together in strings of moves. And that's kind of where I lost it. Because to his credit, he would show us the move, but unless I could see him, I totally lost it. So he's like, all right, 2, 3, 8, 5, 7, 10. And like, he's over there behind a tree doing it, and I can't see him. I don't remember 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10. So everybody else is doing it, and I'm just like, okay, maybe I kind of look like I'm doing it, and then somebody can come and yell at me. And that's basically what happened, because I had trouble getting the motions all in a row. Especially if we didn't have a lot of practice. So if we only got like 2 practice runs before like the final, I was having trouble getting that. Luckily, and to his credit, he was not, I expected this to be a lot more hands-off for him. Like I figured he was like the figurehead guy, like Adrian Paul's sword experience, featuring Adrian Paul for 2 minutes and then a bunch of other people for 6 hours. He was there on site working with all of us to some degree, some of us more than others because we needed it. All day, 7 hours, like 5, wait. I don't even know how many hours it was. It was from 7 to 3.
That's an 8-hour day.
Yeah, so I have so many comments, Pat. I'm going to get around to that in 1 minute. My thoughts on Cavill as Highlander. Actually, no, I can't even continue.
As long as his haircut is better than the trailer we saw recently.
I love Highlander.
You want to bang these out real quick and then continue your story?
Speaking of banging things out, I love Henry Cavill. I love Highlander. Those two things together is going to be like a Reese's Cup. They can't, I don't care what they do. I don't care.
The dialogue could be wooden and the acting terrible and the costumes look like the Halloween store in the 70s.
Yeah, I don't care if they film this movie here in the store. I don't care. It's going to be amazing. Right?
I heard they're using the actual Queen soundtrack again, too.
Which would also be really cool.
All right.
I'm going to camera 2.
None of these are complete. They are missing. They each come with 2 missiles. They don't have the 2 missiles. One has 1 missile. So
there can be only 1.
Right. I'm not even going to count it. I priced them as incomplete. The missiles don't matter. The ships are still in working order and display great, and they're still the ships. This first one is Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, $20, shipped to you. This next one is Anakin's Revenge of the Sith Jedi Starfighter.
vehicles we never mean the pilot comes with them, even if they're complete.
Nobody has a pilot.
So there's no pilots here at all.
It does have its droid. What's up, Frankie Kurtz? Speaking of Sinister Mopar, Frankie is one of the old school guys in our club who I've become friends with. We're like little. He's my partner. We got like a little team going on. I'm gonna lose my spot, Frankie. All right. So Anakin's
you did Obi-Wan.
Anakin's Jedi Starfighter is $20.
And he's got a droid. Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all have the droids except for the Attack of the Clones one. This is Obi-Wan's Revenge of the Sith Starfighter. Oh wait. See, the first one was 20. The yellow one here is 25. I'm sorry.
Because it's got the droid.
Right, and it's a different version.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's is 25, and Mace Windu's a little tougher to find with the droid, 40.
Even his droid is purple.
Even the droid is
Dude,
purple.
he is so.
That's great.
Listen, if you have
pimped
a
out.
theme, go with
He's
the
got a
theme.
brand.
It's
Yeah,
his
he's
thing,
go
yeah.
with the
good
brand.
branding.
So
Dude
speaking
loves
of
his
branding,
purple.
go back to camera one. I'm going to keep talking about Highlander. So, yeah. So to his credit,
Oh, thank you. You know what? Hal was right by asking that.
he was
Because
he
some
was-
people have assumptions.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about these, Hal. I don't think they came with. I'll be quiet.
We have Tara claiming Mace ship.
Thank you, Tara. I don't think these came with pilots initially. So if you know that, you know they shouldn't. G.I. Joe vehicles, on the other hand, come with pilots, even though we sell them as complete without pilots.
Write that down.
Kimsies. Thank you, Tara and Rob.
Don't thank Rob. That was just Tara.
Hey, Rob might not even know yet.
Yeah. So I can call him Adrian. First name basis here.
Oh Lord.
Did you say so?
No, I'm being funny for the camera.
Well, you know, I thought he might have said so during his intro.
He said a lot of things to me, but none of them were "you can call me Adrian."
What is it you're doing?
Anyway, to his credit, he was there. Like there was
Why are you
no
dopey?
like, okay, this is just my name is on this and I'm gonna bounce.
Yeah, like
He was there, fully engaged with everybody. Now there were two like assistants that he had with him, which I think is really cool that he does that. I get the impression that those people are like local folks, and like as he travels, he just gets these local people to come and help him out. He was, if someone couldn't get it, he would go and work with them. I am proud to say that I was not the worst person in class, so I'm very proud of myself for that. Thank you, everybody. Just give me a round of applause for that. My biggest problem was just remembering the sequence. I was never good at Simon Says as a kid. Like my memory doesn't.
So
work
you weren't
like
good
that.
at Simon?
That's what I mean. Yeah, I wasn't good at Simon. Yeah.
Can confirm.
So my real problem was getting the sequence, and I kept having to just remember the numbers in my head. Because, like, I know what a 2 is, and I know what a 7 is, but I don't remember if I do the 2 first or the 7 first. Yeah, so the first half of the day, we were in, like, a gym, like an actual gym, just practicing and whatnot. We broke for lunch, and then when we came back, we were at the Soldiers and Sailors Museum in Pittsburgh, filming location for Silence of the Lambs, which I thought was really cool. As a matter of fact, we were thinking of going and checking out the museum, but there was a wedding there in the Silence of the Lambs room.
You haven't crashed enough weddings in your time?
Were they serving fava beans and kidney?
A nice Chianti. So I don't want to judge people by how they look, but we saw the wedding party. I don't think they were there because of Silence of the Lambs. I think that it's just a really cool venue, and they have this giant the third floor where they filmed the Silence of the Lambs. I don't think they were there getting married. Like, we got married at Stonehenge because it's awesome. I think, like, we didn't get married at Stonehenge because we're druids. You know what I mean? I feel like those people were just getting married there because it's awesome, not because they're Silence of the Lambs fans. You know?
Oh, yeah, it's just a cool place in general.
It's a really cool venue. They could watch people doing,
they
like,
weren't
cars.
dressed as FBI agents. Or
No, it wasn't Clarice marrying Hannibal or anything.
Right.
Like, that wasn't...
Gotcha.
I appreciate that Ultra Lighter is giving the score to those folks who are watching us instead of the game.
Oh, it's going to
really
be a
like
depressing evening if the Cowboys beat the Eagles.
So the second half of the day was a little more stressful for me because I had to put together all the stuff that I had already forgotten from before lunch. Our friend Jen was absolutely amazing. She's done this before, so she kind of had like more of a rhythm for it than I did. She kind of knew a little bit more about what to expect as well. But she's just an absolute dynamo.
She must have watched all 8 videos.
She lived the videos. This was her 3rd one, so she had been through this already. And I think one of the previous ones she did was actually like a multi-day thing. This was just
it was a retreat.
Yeah, this was just 7 hours, 8 hours, and that's it. She went on like a whole event where it's like you do all this stuff, and by the end of it, like you have
Adrian
to
Paul like changed her life.
Yeah. So another reason I really wanted to go to this is because I know that her relationship with Adrian Paul was one where even hanging out with her, I would kind of maybe get a little special treatment, and I did. We hung out after it was over, after 3, and we got to like chill for a little while with him. It was really cool. I got yelled at a lot, but it was my fault because I sucked. It actually occurred to me a little later on. There was someone worse than me, so thank you, stranger, who was worse than me. I appreciate that. You're not watching, but I thank you. I wonder if he thought this of me. Are people bad on purpose just to get more attention? Because, like...
If you do that, though, you can usually tell.
That doesn't work in our relationship.
Tell me about it. It definitely doesn't work.
Drawing on my limited experiences of helping my karate instructor teach the kids classes, you can tell when somebody knows what they're doing and they're just dogging it because they're tired or they've had too much sugar or their mind is somewhere else, and whether they're really struggling with the material.
I wasn't struggling with the material. I just couldn't figure out how to get it in the right order sometimes. Or like there'd be a segue.
Show the people your sword.
And I wouldn't be able to do it. How some students misbehave to get someone to come help them. That, and especially in this case, because he's like a celebrity, I was wondering if people are ever bad on purpose to get more attention.
They are.
Hopefully he didn't think that was the case with me.
I have one of them. Mine's dark brown.
So what's it called?
This is a bokken or a boken, depending on who pronounces it how.
I have a darker brown one.
Now, mine is really beat up because at the end of everything we were doing, we got paired off into pairs, and we actually were sparring with other students from our class. Adrian put me with a 19-year-old gentleman who was twice my size, who did not know his own strength.
That was clever of him. Why did he do that?
More than once, I had to ask him to please go easy on me because he is going to kill me. I am an old woman. And to, I guess, his credit, or maybe my credit, when he asked me how old I was, I told him, and he didn't believe me. So, good on Isaac. Good on you, Isaac, for lying to an old woman and making her feel young. It was really nice. But you also almost killed me. Proof. Look at my boken. Look at that. Nobody else has had like obvious wound marks.
That's what it's for.
He was
obviously you were blocking a lot.
He was except when I did it. And
so you get this at the end. And
while we're doing all this, Adrian Paul is walking around with a video camera filming us doing all these moves and stuff.
Well, the pictures of you were amazing.
And there's also a professional photographer on site.
So he signed this.
So as part of the package deal that I got for my elite level package, whatever I got a boken, bamboo, solid bamboo with a cute little handle. Also dedicated by Adrian right here on the end. It says Pittsburgh 2023. I got...
Penelope showed me how to properly hold a sword. From all my life, I've never properly actually known how to hold a sword.
Yeah.
Or at least a two-handed sword.
So, despite the fact that I sucked at it...
And I've owned a lot of swords.
Despite the fact that I sucked at it, I did learn genuine things that I now will always know. Like, I now know how to hold this correctly. I also know that you should only block with the lower third of a sword. Which makes sense, because if someone hits the top, it's just going to, like, throw you off balance and you're not dropping it. It's like
That's how the tips get knocked off, too?
Yeah.
We, the first Christmas we were ever together, we bought each other swords, and we didn't know we were doing that. Like, I didn't know she was getting me a sword, she didn't know I was getting her a sword.
Yeah.
That tells you something about this relationship.
I knew both, and it was hilarious.
Listen, this is made of wood, but this is absolutely a deadly weapon. It is still pointy at one end. Listen, I may not personally have the strike, but somebody could kill somebody with this thing. The Isaac who was sparring me could absolutely have killed me with this.
Show us how to hold it.
And he tried to. I don't want to go all crazy. I don't.
You
should hold it as close to the top as you can, but also as close to the bottom as you can, because the entire point of this device, right?
Is Justin loses an eye.
Don't show me position 3 here.
You should also hold it kind of loosely with your finger, your top finger and your thumb, but very more tightly with your lower 3 fingers, because that's really how you're holding it. Because it's important that you can pivot.
I never realized that this hand is what you pivot with.
You pivot with your left. See, I'm moving my left and not my right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't if you want to know more, you should sign up for an Adrian Paul sword experience. it was definitely awesome. I wasn't done talking about what I got. So obviously I got to meet him. I got to do a photo op, just like I would have done at a convention. Like we stood up and smiled and got a little photo. I got a signed image Highlander photo, and you could pick an 8x10, just like a convention. I got to pick which one I wanted, and he said, to Penelope, there can be only one, of course, because what else is he going to write on there? And I also got a little certificate saying that I didn't.
You could have wrote "Dust in the Wind."
I didn't die.
Rip Tessa.
I got a little certificate saying I did it, and he signed that too. And I got a really unique experience. I could have spent the same amount of money to buy a ticket to Monster Mania or New York Comic Con or whatever convention he's at, drive there, gas in the car, hotel.
Stood in line with
a bunch of people.
Impersonal.
I could have gotten an autograph. I could have paid for a photo op.
But instead...
I had an 8-hour sword experience with the Highlander himself.
My wife went and did something out of her wheelhouse.
Everybody keeps saying that it was out of my comfort zone. I don't really have
you
a
don't
comfort
do much
zone.
physical...
I was just going to say that. You don't really have a comfort zone.
But her comfort zone certainly isn't going out and doing physical
kind of
martial arts.
Yeah, no.
Which this was.
Are you noting that I'm not a physical person?
If you would have told me, at any point that you would essentially take a martial arts class, I would just giggle and be like, yeah,
She
okay.
experienced the quickening the night after when she was showing me her sword moves.
The quickening? Excuse me?
I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to say how proud I was when she was done, and she showed me what she learned. I thought it was super awesome.
Well, you're making me feel like the kindergartner who got like a gold star that week.
You're
I'm so proud of you.
No,
you
you're my wife who did something really cool.
It is really cool.
It was a really cool experience. How many people do I know that can say honestly that they were screamed at repeatedly by Adrian Paul? I don't know anyone.
Oh, you don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
People, kids.
To be serious for a second, he is a very
Roger
gracious.
Daltrey.
He is a very Xavier's. Who's the Xavier Sinclair guy?
That dude from Fine Young
She
Cannibals.
drives me crazy.
Wasn't Joan Jett in the show?
Yes.
Joan Jett.
Miss America was in it.
Which one? There's been a bunch.
Amanda was in Miss America.
Oh.
She had a thing with Bill Clinton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone?
Anyway,
Her too?
So it was a really cool experience. Adrian Paul was absolutely awesome. Listen, I'm teasing and saying he yelled at me. He did not yell at me. I'm gonna back that up a little bit. He takes this very seriously. He's not taking it so seriously that it's ridiculous. But he wants you to leave the experience learning something and having a little better grip, even if it's just knowing how to hold the sword, which I didn't know before.
Literally.
So he wants you to put more into it than just standing there flailing with the thing.
Yeah. He wants to make sure that you're doing your best. If your best is that you forget the order 100 times and he has to video somebody else instead of you just to get it on camera so it looks good, then that's your best. And he made sure that everybody there, he spent time with every single person in that class, at least a few minutes with every single one of us. He had multiple people helping him out, so if anybody needed more help, like I got to go with this really wonderful woman named Linda for a few minutes, and she helped me. She helped me get it. He couldn't take that much time with any one person.
Yeah.
So he had these assistants to help out, around.
Sure. That's how actual martial arts classes are, typically, unless it's a very small group.
That's why Chris always had the senior students in the kids class.
Yeah. For the same money, I could have gone to a convention and seen him for 2 seconds. Instead, I have this awesome experience that I'm never going to forget. I have dozens of pictures of myself, including one of him helping this kid Isaac not murder me. And there's going to be a cute little video, which I haven't gotten yet, of us all. It's the whole class doing all the moves, but he filmed it, so none of us are going to look bad.
Nice.
He did the filming himself.
And he himself personally was the guy with the camera going to all of us doing.
So he didn't do a close up of somebody falling on their sword.
No, he and the way that the whole thing went, he can cut out certain things and edit them together, so everybody's gonna get their moment, and I think it's just so cool.
Cool.
If you are a fan of Highlander, if you have a couple $100 laying around on a credit card, if you would spend that money going to a convention anyway, if you are into Highlander, I cannot recommend the sword experience enough. I don't think I would ever do it again, only for one reason. I don't feel that I would get any more out of it. I learned a few moves that are cool. I got my little sword and my picture and everything. I had my moment with Adrian Paul, my pictures and my video. I don't feel that I could wring any more out of it. If anything, I might consider taking a sword class of some sort.
Yeah, building on it.
Because, another one-off experience, I wouldn't really be able to learn much more. But it was definitely cool. if he comes to a town near you, you should definitely check it out if you're into such things. And I think I've stalled long enough. Do we have anything else? Is that everything?
No.
We have more things to talk about. We were supposed to space it out. Tucker has news. Tucker got a certificate.
Okay.
Selena, does Tucker have news?
Tucker does have news. Get him. Get him. Let him be on camera for his news.
Hold on. Let's answer some questions here.
We have questions?
Who is Justin's megastar I always wanted to meet? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. I wanted to meet, obviously, Michael J. Fox, who I got to meet this year. I would love to meet Clancy Brown. I am a huge Highlander fan, but I gotta say, the show is great. I love the show. I love Adrian Paul. His hair was goals in the 90s, let me tell you. I always wanted one of his hair ties that he was selling, get like in the backs of magazines, and I never got one. They were like pewter Celtic, like not like hair tie things. I never got one because they were like $50.
Should have asked him if he had any laying around.
He didn't. Jen actually said at the last show he brought some.
So Arnold doesn't do cons. He's too famous, you know.
I want to meet Clancy Brown really bad.
That's
Tucker.
it.
Tucker.
I mean, there's always people I enjoy meeting, and
Tucker.
you know, we.
Tucker.
Patrick Stewart, we could use his autograph, and I'd like to meet him for to finish our next generation collection of signed toys. But
He did that one Philly convention, and we didn't go to see the captains. It would have literally cost
Mark
us
Hamill would be cool.
$2,000.
Harrison Ford would be cool. Again, Harrison Ford's not the kind of person that does cons. He doesn't.
Never.
He could care less about people.
Is he still married to Calista Flockhart?
As far as I
I think
know.
so.
Tucky.
But Arnold,
Anybody.
by a long
Go,
shot,
Tucker.
is the celebrity I would most like to meet.
He's definitely on your list.
Maybe
Here, you'll
Keira
get his
Knightley
attention.
or Angelina Jolie.
Who?
I said, I don't know, maybe Keira Knightley or Angelina Jolie.
I want to meet Keira Knightley.
Tucky.
Keira Knightley would play me in the movie of my life. Who
Tucky.
would play you? Robbie
Jason
Coltrane.
Momoa.
Jason
That's
Momoa.
fair. Tucky.
Tucker, we have big news. We want to talk about you.
Tucky.
Because you're always better looking in the movie than you are in real life.
Dog up. Go.
Come on, Tuck.
Tucker, go.
Tucker, he's boring. Just tell the folks at home what he did.
We're all bored.
Tucker.
Tucker is now a graduate of PetSmart Intermediate Dog Training. He actually, this was his second time through the class. He actually
These smell
completed
good.
it.
Is it bad if I want to eat one?
No. He actually completed it successfully this time.
He didn't.
has-
He didn't flunk out of class.
No.
Now, was this the same class again, or was this the previous class over again?
He's been through 3 classes. He took the second one. He passed the first one just fine. He took the second one, and I feel like he was kind of rushed through it. Like, he didn't do great, and they gave him a certificate anyway because he didn't fail.
Yeah.
And then his trainer went out on medical leave for a while.
Yeah.
And then he came back and did the 3rd class, and he bombed that miserably. And I felt like instead of just having him repeat the 3rd class, could we maybe go back and repeat him the 2nd one too? Because he had lost, in my mind, he had lost his foundation.
Yeah.
So we went back and repeated the 2nd class, and he did really well. He was the best in healing today.
Oh. Did he get a special certificate for that?
No, but he got special recognition by his dog trainer in the end speech. He was the best in healing today. And everyone kindly overlooked the fact that he took a crap in one of the aisles. Because one of the other dogs took a crap in the training room. I mean, it happens. They're dogs.
Do we have a picture of Tucker at his
It
graduation?
wasn't one of the owners.
You do?
There is Tucker at graduation today. Oh my God! Did you see this picture?
Aw.
Okay. So everyone, congratulations to Tucker and he got his little certificate. Look at
With
that.
a slightly questionable font by the dog trainer, but yeah.
Slightly questionable calligraphy there by this dog trainer.
Our boy is a graduate.
So congratulations to Tucker for once again completing class 2 of 3.
Yes. Class
Is this
2
of 3 total?
Well, there's 4. I'm not sure whether I'm going to put him through the 4th one or not. We'll see.
Yeah.
The problem is he can do all the things.
Yeah.
But we're still having a little bit of trouble getting him to do all the things when we want him to versus when he wants to.
Yeah. Well, Justin has that problem with me.
Yeah, he when he's on point, he's on, but when he doesn't want to do the things, there's nothing going to make him.
Yeah. No, I
So
get that.
I'm not sure whether putting him through the 4th class is going to be beneficial to anyone.
The fence 7 is like this.
There you go.
So congratulations, Tucker. Good job on that. Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
No. Anything you guys want us to touch on? This is really all we got for Bartertown this week. Not knocking it dead.
Every Sunday, we should talk about the pumpkin run.
Yeah, we just did one of the best South Jersey car-related events.
Is there any better?
No.
Car-related South Jersey. It's got to be the best, right?
Yeah.
It's the big one. And
Probably the most famous.
And it's kind of the end of the season, too.
Yeah, yeah. So 26 years running. It's in an old junkyard. It's also the place where they have the terror in the junkyard, like the freight.
It's a happy hayride.
Yeah, and that's the only thing they do in this junkyard anymore.
That's a great Tara. That's a great question.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's huge.
Emily's been doing it like for so long now. So the pumpkin run was cool. It ends the season. My club went. We all met early. We hung out. It's just a great day to hang out. I'm really glad I joined this car club. Like everybody, 99% of everybody in the club.
The one guy who won't stop touching me, I don't like.
Yeah, I don't think
Well, now you have sword play. You can.
Yes,
but just like anything else, you know. But anyway, for the most part, it's a bunch of great people, and it's a lot of fun, like hanging out with our cars, and it's a great excuse to just drive our car everywhere. So, on another note, our Emily here, has been in a play. It's her stage debut, really, as an adult. And it's Ocean County College, and I think tomorrow's the last day.
Today, I believe, is the final show, I think. I think today's matinee was the final show.
And we went to support her, and we're like, okay, it's going to be a college thing. Probably pretty cool. It was phenomenal. It was like, holy crap, this is so good.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like I was expecting it not to be good, because that's not the case. But it was so far above any expectations I might have had. It was absolutely phenomenal. Dr. Frankenstein. I think today was the last show.
It was so good.
It was absolutely good. So it was not. It was a different take on we all know who Frankenstein is. We all know who the monster is.
It wasn't a play based on Mary Shelley's book. Like it wasn't the plot of Frankenstein.
No, Emily actually played Mary Shelley. So if that gives you any kind of a meta idea,
Mary
about
Shelley
the
and Victor Frankenstein were contemporaries.
It was
a very interesting take.
So not only was Emily acting in the show, but her and Heather also did all of the special effects for the show, all the makeup and the props and stuff like that. Absolutely knocked it out of the park. Phenomenal show.
I don't know where they got some of that stuff.
They made a lot of it. Like literally made
the gurneys?
Oh, I don't know if they made a gurney. Absolutely wonderful show. I did not know what to expect, and I was
hopefully they're videoing it, so they'll be able to share it at some point. We can show you guys. But Emily was terrific in it. She ended up doing the special effects as well, which were stunning. Yeah, she's really good at that stuff. We knew that was going to be good. I didn't know the play was going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be so well written.
I didn't think it was going to be bad.
I don't think I've ever been to a play where if they had been selling $30 DVDs of the show in the lobby afterwards, I would have bought one.
Yeah, that tells you something.
Yeah, it was such a unique show, and it was not... So, like, you read the little handbill thing, and it's like, play written by so-and-so, and you're like, oh, that's just... A lot of these colleges, like, they'll put on a show, but it's written by someone, and you have to get the rights and all that. I fully expected this was like a production that they were just getting the rights to. The guy who wrote it was there with us watching the show, and we got to talk to him after the show. It was
very interesting.
It was really cool, a really neat take on Frankenstein.
What else has we done? We went to sort of thing.
We went to car shows.
Mike said the pumpkin run was great. Mike and Mike Rivera are one of our VIPs, and
Miss Rivy.
Miss Rivy's Racks.
Mr. and Mrs. Rivy were there.
Set up with their amazing... You guys, they've sponsored a Bartertown. You guys have seen... They made me a sword plaque for my Thundercats. And
oh, I'm going to need one now.
I think I want to put that in a case.
I am immortal.
There's not really a Highlander symbol.
Fit.
It's not really
I tried to stick it. I took it home and tried to stick it in the biggest case. It doesn't fit.
There's not really a Highlander symbol.
There's not really a Highlander symbol, but there is a Highlander logo, and there is a Watcher symbol, which would work.
I have something we can announce.
What's that?
What does principal photography start for tomorrow?
Oh, God. Are you going to manhandle this?
Get your orders in now.
Yes. So we are tomorrow beginning principal photography on the 2024 Tucker cosplay calendar. Don't go to BAM and buy a calendar, because what you're not going to get at BAM is pictures of Tucker. You're not going to get a calendar that supports a local charity, the NJ Animal Alliance of New Jersey. Proceeds go to. You're not going to get a calendar with a Farpoint coupon attached at BAM. Speaking of which, if you bought a calendar this year, you only have until the end of December.
I was going to say
to use your code.
I'll send you a picture. We did the costume fittings this week. So
we should put one of them in the VIP group.
That's what I was getting at. I'll send you a picture that you can put in the VIP
VIPs
group.
will get dibs first on these.
Do Robin.
We promise that the calendar's going to be ready before the new year. We promise it's going to be
I
ready.
like how the one guy who has nothing to do with the calendar here in this room is going to say that he's going to make
Yeah, I do
promises.
have
we were late.
nothing.
We were late last year, and it was
I
terrible.
might be in it this year, though.
We're both going
What
to be.
might be? You have to be.
Yeah, you have to be. There's no might.
There's that
Are you
matching
paying
one.
attention?
I am.
You absolutely
Say,
have to be in it.
say to us that you understand that you're going to be in this calendar.
I understand I'm going to be in the calendar. We did the Maze Landing Halloween Parade last Monday.
That's right. Yes, that was really
We
fun.
drove with the Interceptor. We both dressed as Mad Max characters.
And we blasted
Over and over and over again.
again.
We don't need another
We don't
hero.
need another hero. We just blasted it. How was this Bartertown? Fun. We got to talk about Highlander. We talked about Tina Turner. We talked about Tucker.
I was talking about Tucker's
Wow, did
phone.
Tara say the Halloween Parade thing right as I started talking about Halloween
I
Parade?
think so. The Halloween parade. So it was a little scaled
She
back.
said never mind.
It was a little scaled back this year because obviously Heather and Emily were so busy working on Dr. Frankenstein. So it was just really just us in the Interceptor, just chilling, throwing lollipops out the window, and blasting We Don't Need Another Hero, which was really cool.
So Tom Cruise's house is a
This
house
is a
in
throwback.
PA?
Let me scroll back. This is a throwback to an earlier comment.
Well, so some of you can't read all the comments because we're on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook at the same time.
Bernie
This is from
said,
Bernie. He's on YouTube, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
Bernie's on YouTube. Bernie said, I met Tom Cruise by accident, was helping a cousin on landscaping at Michael Andretti's house in Nazareth, PA, and the neighbor's summer house was Tom Cruise, who came out and talked to us.
It's crazy he has a summer house in Nazareth,
Then the
PA.
second bit.
Michael and Mario Andretti's houses are the only houses on private drives side by side, and behind them is Tom Cruise's summer house, only 3 miles from the Nazareth Old Racetrack. Crazy world. That is a crazy world, Bernie. I love that for
Am I
you.
interested in the leather blazer?
Who
that
is
would
who
fit
is
me?
the most famous person I have ever met?
Maybe Hal.
Michael J. Fox.
Robert De Niro.
Michael J. Fox. Is
We didn't actually talk to each other. We were about this close.
Did you kiss?
No, we just his eyes met my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He knew immediately, like, oh, this big scary guy recognizes me, and he just did this. He just nodded. He just went, and I just went.
As if to say, I am who you think I am.
Yeah.
Thank you for not making a stupid fuss.
Exactly. And I was like, I know who you are, and I'm not going to make a big deal about it because
Where were you?
I was delivering. I was stepping in for a friend. He had a job delivering audio and music equipment like amplifiers and stuff like that and drum kits.
Okay.
And it was to an event in New York City that helped support some school in Tribeca. So I'm backstage and unloading the truck and bringing all the gear in, and I'm talking to like the stage manager or something. Then some woman comes up and she's talking to the stage manager, and then her husband comes up. Turns out it's Robert De Niro. She was singing at the event, and it was a school that they supported. So as I'm talking to the guy about unloading the things, the De Niros come right into my circle.
Nice. They just
And I was
casually
told by
stroll over.
my buddy who I was stepping in for, and because I have a CDL and I was just driving the truck, I was told by him, like, if there are celebrities there, don't make a big deal. And I was like, all right, I'll keep it. Meanwhile, I should have just took it was flip phone era, but I still could have took a selfie.
And it's not like
it was
you actually
frickin'
worked.
Robert De
It's
Niro.
not like
Yeah.
you worked for the company. They
No.
wouldn't have fired you or anything. Like, what are they going to do?
Yeah,
Fire you? You're
right,
leaving.
exactly.
Yeah.
I should have been like, Bobby D!
So that same company had you be Jules Guitar Tech,
Different
right?
company.
No, different company.
That was a friend who had worked out of a company in PA who, Jewel was on tour like 15 years ago. And she didn't travel with a specific guitar tech. I think he was sick or she didn't want to pay a guy to travel with her. So every city has like a production company that works
Yeah.
at different venues for different venues. So they hired some production company. Well, their guy dropped out that night, and she knew I knew guitar. My friend who worked for this company,
There you go.
and said, "Do you want to be Jules guitar tech for the night? Pays a couple $100. Do you have any? You have all black clothes?" So I got to.
You have all black clothes.
When you're working on side stage, you got to wear all black.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you. I understand that.
Had she
I
met
thought
you?
it was
Turns
funny.
out I had all black clothes.
Had this person ever met you?
So Jules'
My
guitars
God.
showed up like 2 hours before she did, because she probably went straight to the hotel, but the gear came.
Yeah.
I tuned her guitars. I sat backstage. She showed up. I gave her guitars. She thanked me.
Probably said thank you.
I
Yeah.
sat at the side of the stage waiting for her. If something happened, I would run out and grab the guitar and restring it or something like that.
Did
But
you
she
have
had
to do that?
Nah, she didn't. She had no issues.
Yeah.
And you're there just in case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She had 2 beautiful high-end Taylors, and I got to sit at the side of the stage and watch her from behind, which was a great show. And it was just her. There was no band. It was just Jewel and acoustic guitars.
Well, that's kind of her thing, isn't it?
I don't know. She probably toured with a band at some point.
Yeah?
Yeah. But she did start out just as a singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Most famous person I met, I've talked about on here, running into Whoopi Goldberg in that bookstore in Connecticut.
Well, I didn't meet Michael J. Fox by accident. I went there to meet him, but he's probably the most famous person I've ever
meat is a
met.
meat. It doesn't matter whether you
Alicia
know him or
met
not.
Peter.
Mensa?
I don't know.
Did
who
he
that
start the
is.
Mensa Society?
No, not quite the same spelling.
I do not know who that is. I guess I'm.
Well,
just
I've met
like-
Alicia's twins,
They're more famous than I'll ever be.
so that's up there.
All right. Yeah, I like that.
And we didn't have to pay for the privilege either. Like usually you have to pay to meet famous people. Those are the most famous people I've met without having to like pay for it.
Have I ever met a famous person by accident? Have I ever met a famous person by accident? I don't think so. No. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing.
Nobody that famous. I mean, Corey Glover from Living Color's band opened for my band.
Corey
he
Glover
sat there at
opened
his
for you. That's
he sat there at his
ridiculous.
merch table watching us play.
Pat met R.L. Stein. That's cool.
How the hell do you know who R.L. Stein
What
is?
did you chew out your parents for?
Probably, I'm gonna guess here, and I think Pat. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he was upset, quote unquote, upset that your parents were letting you read his books at such a young age.
We've met a ton of people at cons and stuff, but you know.
Is there anything?
Oh, how about
else?
Eric Roberts? Like we didn't pay for the privilege. We were.
So we were set up at a convention that Eric Roberts was the celebrity guest at, and we were set up there like with a Nintendo,
It was a very slow convention.
with a Nintendo, like so people could come up and play.
Yeah.
And Eric Roberts came up. Skylar was playing Nintendo, and Eric Roberts just comes up and starts playing Nintendo with Skylar. Meanwhile,
That's
Skylar has
hysterical.
no
No,
idea.
she was young
No
and
idea.
had no idea.
No
who he
idea.
was.
Listen, no
It's
offense to
amazing.
Skylar, but even as an adult, Skylar doesn't know.
So we were
who
just
Eric
kind of
Roberts
kicking it
is.
with Eric Roberts.
He was just hanging out in our lounge.
While he's
Yeah.
playing Nintendo with your kid. That's funny.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I got nothing. I got Teddy Grahams.
how are you all? How's everybody? Happy November.
Yeah.
It is
Oh.
officially Christmas season.
It is Woofconda Forever Month on this year's Tucker calendar.
It is officially Christmas season.
No.
Is it Thunderdome next week?
Thunderdome is going to be the 11th.
Oh, Pat met Ryan Reynolds when he was. I didn't even know he was on So You Can't Do That on Television.
Yeah, I think that's where he started.
I wonder if he hung out with. You ought to know. Wasn't she on that?
That's
Alanis
funny.
Morissette.
Yeah. McDonald's is a fun place to meet random people.
He lives in Orlando, so there's probably boy bands hanging out down there and stuff like.
I was 17 and working at McDonald's when Richard Petty came in. I had no idea who he was.
Did he have the hat and glasses on?
He did.
You can't miss that, dude. That's such a
I
staple.
didn't know who he was.
Oh! Speaking of
Oh
having
shoot!
glasses,
Yeah, you worked at Brookstone.
Yeah, I met.
Miss RESPCT.
That's not what I was going to say at all.
What's her name?
I didn't meet her. I wasn't there that day.
Oh, I thought you were
I'm talking
there.
about Oates.
Yeah,
John
you
Oates.
met Oates.
No, Aretha. So at my old job, Aretha Franklin was there, not when I was there.
Of course.
But I did meet John Oates. I sold him a wine opener and a pillow.
Okay.
He had no mustache.
What about Fred from the Rock Lobster?
Yes, I met Fred Schneider
The
as well.
Flintstones?
I sold him a pink. I tried to sell him a pink suitcase. We didn't have the one he wanted in stock.
Do you have one with a Rock Lobster?
No, he was very nice. Yeah, so John Oates just like walks in, and I kind of was like, that can't be John Oates. And then I realized that he was playing that night at Caesars, and I'm like, it has to be John Oates, but he didn't look right. He didn't have a mustache. And he walks around, it's like, no one's bothering him. He's not like he's an entourage or anything, it's just him. And I knew he was going to buy something, because I had been helping him out putting the stuff at the register, so I was clever.
Did you sell him a man-eater?
No. I was clever about this, because I wanted to make sure it was him, right? We had, at the time, credit card machines attached, like, with a wire. So before he got up to the register, I took the credit card machine and hid it back behind, so I would have to swipe his card. So he had to hand it to me. And when he handed it to me, it said John Oates on it. And I was like, yeah, it was John Oates. And I said to him, how has your trip been? Have you had any trouble, like, getting, like, mobbed by people? And he said, not since I shaved the mustache.
Nice.
So that was my... He might be, like, the most famous... He's definitely the most famous person I ever met by accident. I also helped Pete Rose out at the same job. But that was... By the time I helped him, no one knew who he was anymore.
And one of the guys from the beard guy.
Beard guy?
Yeah, didn't you asked him how to grow a long beard like that?
Oh, one of the guys
Oak Ridge
from ZZ
Boys.
Top.
No, Oak Ridge
No.
Boys, not
Okay.
ZZ Top.
I don't know.
Not ZZ Top.
Ooh, Keith met Meatloaf. That's cool.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Howie from the Backstreet Boys when he was still friends with Aladdin.
First name Meat, last name Loaf.
I don't get
know what
that
that
at all.
means.
Friends with Aladdin? Was he like on the Aladdin show or something?
The lead singer of Rat. That would be Stephen Piercy.
Look at you.
All right, folks. Good hanging.
Yeah, I'm out.
We're going to end our weekend here. I love ending our weekend with
I'm
Bartertown.
out of things to talk about.
VIPs, we will be doing Thunderdome next week, next Saturday.
So for those of you who are not VIPs and you don't know how this works, once a month, our upper tier VIPs get access to a 100% free claim event.
Lots of singing, so
very similar.
Unfortunately, Hal has to watch that.
Very similar to what we have going on here, except everything that's claimed is 100% free. So that's pretty cool. It's typically the last Saturday of the month, but the last 2 Saturdays we've had things happening. So it's going to be the 11th, which is next Saturday. I'm going to be launching that very soon. So upper level VIPs, keep your...
Oh, so one of the Backstreet Boys was Aladdin.
Oh. One of the Backstreet Boys was Aladdin?
I guess so.
After he was a Backstreet Boy?
Probably not. It was probably early on. It's a whole new world.
Can I do a 3 on you as we leave?
Sure.
That's a 3.
Knight me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
In the name of King George.
No. Okay, so the 2 of you that claim things, we're going to send you invoices very soon. 2 of you. The 2 of you that claim things, thank you very much for your claims. What else? So next Sunday we're back to a normal schedule. We're not going to be out. We're doing the 11th. It's going to be Thunderdome. What else is going on? That's it. We're starting the toy drive. Are you looking at your calendar and all of a sudden, because we're not canceling Thunderdome again. We're not postponing it again. It's the 11th.
11th is Saturday, right?
Yep.
You're not. No, we already postponed 2 times. We're not postponing again. That's all I got. That's it. Selena's like, okay, can I turn this off now?
No, the 11th is the cruise to Shady Maple. Oh, I guess we're not going.
Oh, are you kidding me?
That's all right. We won't go. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging.
You're kidding me.
I knew it was something as soon as we said 11th.
I asked you before we said, oh my God, I asked you first.
We don't need to go hork food all night.
I'm so upset.
Can we?
We're out.
I'm so upset. Oh my God, we gotta go. And
We're out.
each other.
Say bye.
Bye.
We're
guys.
out.